Hi everybody, Karen here. Okay, I'm going to try and keep this video as short as I can. So this video is a response. It's a follow-up from the question that I asked yesterday in Makeup Moguls, okay? The question was, if you did whatever it took, so just to, for example, say the month of January, if you did whatever it took for the month of January, how many people could you sponsor, okay? So there was quite a bit of responses, thank you, and they were mixed. They were high, they were low. And I wanted to share my response. So I told you this morning that I sponsored 10 for December, and that has been my highest month since the day that I've started. I'm going to celebrate my 2-year anniversary on January 7th of 2016. So I'm coming up on my 2 years, and this month was my highest of 10. And the reason why it was my highest, because it was the highest goal that I had ever given myself. I had never given myself a goal of 10. Most of the time my goal would be 5. And I thought 5 was enough. And I would sponsor between 3 and 5 every single month. That was my average, right? And I was okay with that. Like I thought, I have been consistent. Every single month I have never sponsored less than 3. And I would sponsor 3 to 5. My goal was always 5, but if I sponsored 3 was enough for me. I thought, you know, my goal was 5. I've sponsored 3. That's good, right? I mean, I would still push for 5, but if I didn't, I was okay. Then I sat down one day in November and I did the math, and I thought, is 3 really enough? And when I did the math, it was not enough whatsoever. The reason why I did the math is because I want to promote to the next level. I want to promote to Black Level 1, okay? And I need to have quite a bit of different qualifications to reach it. And one of the qualifications is I need more leaders than I have. So more greens. When we say leadership, it's green and above. So I need to build leaders, okay? I can't get to the top by myself. You can't get to the top by yourself, which is why I love this company so much, is that we actually have to bring people with us. So what I need to do, if my goal for 2016 is to reach Black Level 1, I have to sacrifice some of my time. I need to give more effort to people who want to move up in the company and who are willing to do whatever it takes, right? So I need to help a handful of people reach green status, and that's what I need to do. So if I need to sacrifice some of my time and help them build their business, if they are willing to do whatever it takes, and I am willing to give them my time. Okay, so that was my goal. So now I sat down and I thought, okay, that's my next goal. How do I do it? So if I sponsor my 3 people every single month, is that going to get me to Black Level 1? And when I did the math, it gave me nowhere near Black Level 1. And here's how I did the math. Okay, so if you read your personal development books or speak to any leader in the industry, not just in our company, but in the industry, here's the facts. 1/3 of who join you, okay? So these are people who join you. 1/3 is going to do nothing. 1/3 is going to do something. And 1/3 will actually work the business. So if I sponsored 3 people per month, 1/3 of them, so 1 is going to do nothing, 1 is going to do something, and 1 is, if I'm lucky, is going to work the business. So is 1 person enough? Really, if I sponsor 3, I'm really only getting 1 person who's actually going to work the business, to be honest, right? So is 1 person enough for me to get me to the next promotion of where I want to be within my business? No, not at all, right? Not at all. So I need to up my numbers. So I did the numbers, thought, okay, now if I did, 6 people, what is that? Well, that only gave me like 2 people. And was 2 enough? No. So I came up and I did the math and I did 10. So I'm going to share the math with you. So I want you to write this down, okay? So pause it, write it down. I'm going to show you what I wrote. So here's what I wrote, okay? So I wrote every single status. Here's your status of where you want to go to, the next status. And then how many people you need to sponsor per month, and how many people are actually going to work it from the people that you sponsored, okay? So take a look at that, and I'm going to go over it with you. So if you want to reach pink status, you have to sponsor 3, because only 1 of those people will work the business. Blue is 5, because only 1 to 2 are going to work the business. Green is 6, because 2 of them out of 6 will work the business. Orange is 6, Purple is 7, and 2 will work, 2 to almost 3 will work the business. Black, to reach black, you need to sponsor 8 people per month. And that means that 2 to 3 people will work the business. And for myself, if I want to get to black level 1 and any other black status out there, you need to sponsor 10 per month. 10 per month will give you 3 to 4 people that will work the business every single month. Okay, so for me, that number 10 was the magic number. If I sponsor 10, then I'm guaranteed, not guaranteed, but if the math is right, whereas 1/3 will do nothing, 1/3 will do something, and 1/3 will work the business, then it should work out that I should have 3 to 4 people every single month that are willing to work the business. The other 6 or 7 people, half of them are going to do nothing. They're going to sign up. They're probably have a good reason of why they want to sign up. Something's going to come in the way and they just won't get started. And that's okay, right? Or some people just may join for to be a kidnapper. And then the other half of that is they will do something. So they might, they might do $100 or $200 in sales for the month. Those people may be the hobbyists. And if you're a hobbyist or you just do this for your discounts on your personal makeup, that's okay. Like, that is totally okay for you to join to just do something, right? This video is geared towards people who want to do everything. They're going to do what it takes, okay? So those are the numbers that you need. So write these numbers down, okay? And you have to be real with yourself, and you have to say, like, it took me 2 years to kind of be real with myself and think, okay, well, I want to get to this. I want to get to this place. If I sponsor 3, 3's enough. If I sponsor 5, 5's enough. But when you do the math, network marketing is a numbers game. It's strictly a numbers game. Ask any leader in our whole entire industry, and they will tell you that it's a numbers game. So you got to do the math. So that's exactly what I did. If I want to get to the next level, I need to sponsor 10 people. You want to make it to green, you need to sponsor a minimum of 6 people per month, right? Okay, so I sponsored 10 this month, and I promised you I'd tell you how I did it. So at the end of November is when I kind of had my epiphany, and I had my, big goal, and I thought, like, how am I going to get there? Like, I need to get there. And so December was my month. December, I was going full out. I was focusing on sponsoring, okay? I wasn't focusing on my personal sales. I can get my personal sales, enough personal sales. I can get 1,000 personal sales a month, okay, right? Without busting my butt. I can get 3,000 in personal sales every single month, which I was doing for months and months, but I would be busting my butt getting them. So I decided one's got to give. I can get my $1,000 in personal sales, right? Because I still need to get sales, and I still want to go above, because those are potential presenters and customers, right? So I'm not going to focus on that. I'm not going to bust my butt on that. I'm going to bust my butt on sponsoring, and I'm going to get 10, and I'm not going to stop until I get 10. I told my husband what my goal was, and he kept me accountable. He, asked all the time, what are you at? What's your plan? I wrote it on my whiteboard in my office. I wrote it in my day planner. It was on my phone as a screensaver that I needed 10 people. And I wanted to change 10 people's lives. So here's what I did. I did a few things. I did blitz cards, so per week. So I handed out some blitz cards. My goal was to hand out 10 blitz cards per week. And I would hand them out I handed them out at restaurants. I handed them out at Walmart. I handed them out at the grocery store, at the play area, Monkeys R Us or wherever I go. I can't even remember. So if I was just talking to somebody, it's not that I would sit there and I talk about unique. And I'm not a person who likes to confront people. I kind of just, when I'm out and about, I like to stick to myself. Until I warm up to somebody, I'm not interested in going back and forth. I'm just not comfortable with it, right? And so that's something that I'm trying to work on to get more comfortable. So if we were just kind of, at a restaurant, for example, waitress and I would, she was nice, she had some makeup on, whatever. And if, we were going back and forth and she was just very nice, at the end of it, I handed her a card and I said, listen, you have a really bubbly personality, and if you are ever looking for an opportunity to make some extra income, contact me. I said, send me a message, send me a text, call me, or add me to Facebook. And that's all I did, right? That's all that I did. And I would give her the card. And most don't ask you, oh, well, what is this? And like, you don't have to say your pitch. You don't have to tell them about Unique. Unless they ask you, then obviously you're going to, but you're only going to give them a little bit of information, right? So you go back and forth and build that rapport. But what most of the time is for the restaurant, for the waitresses, is what they do is they take the card, they put it in their apron, they go back to the kitchen and they show all the other wait staff what they just got. And then they all talk about it. And I know it because I used to waitress years ago, put myself through college waitressing. And that's exactly what I did. If somebody left me a note or a coupon or something, whatever it was, I went back to that kitchen and I showed everybody what I just got. And we all talked about it. Right? So that's exactly what they're going to do, is they're all going to talk about it. So I made my goal of giving out 10 Blitz cards per week. Okay. Another one was sponsored ads. So sponsored ads, I got 4 people to sign up through a sponsored ad. I usually run a sponsored ad once per week, and I set a monthly budget. So a monthly budget, and I break it down into 4, and I run it every single week. I usually run the same ad. So the picture is of myself, or myself and Mateo, or us as a family, a fun picture, right? And it's a personal picture. There's no graphics. Every once in a while, I will throw out a graphic, but 98% of the time, it's a personal picture. And then I kind of tell them just who I am, right? I tell them I work where I want, I work when I want, I work part-time from my phone. I tell them that I'm, my name is Karyn. I'm a mompreneur. I'm just like yourself. I'm now stress-free. And then I say, I work where I want. I work when I want. If this interests you, please send me a message. Please send me a private message. They send me a private message. We go back and forth and we build that relationship, right? Most of the time they don't join right away. I ask them if I can send them a friend request on Facebook. They say yes. I send them a request, and then we build that relationship and that trust on our personal Facebook walls, right? Because we share our life on our Facebook, and unfortunately, that's just what we do now, right? We share it on Facebook, and then people get to know me, and they know that I'm real, that I was telling the truth, that this is a life changer, and then they usually decide, if they were serious, they usually decide to join. So out of the 10, I had 4 people sign up in December that were from a sponsored post. The next one was my personal Facebook. So I had 6 people sign up that were already on my personal Facebook. And they were people, some of them I haven't talked to in years. Some of them, we would just go back and forth, always liking each other's pictures or throwing a comment back and forth. But they were able to trust me enough over time, like months and months, even over years. They trusted me enough because of what they saw, what I post on my Facebook. I'm pretty open. I tell people what my dreams are. I tell them what my goals are. I tell them that I'm going for them. And people root you on when you do that. People like to see people succeed. So you need to start doing that. You need to stop being afraid that if you post a goal on your Facebook and you don't make it, people are going to think that you're a liar. People are going to think that you suck. People aren't going to think that at all. People are going to want you to succeed. So I told them, like my first one was, I said that I'm going to retire my husband by the time he's 40. And never know, maybe in a few weeks I'll announce it. Never know. Another one I said was that I'm going for Black Level 1. I want that car bonus and I'm going to get it. And I'm going to do whatever it takes. And so I told people, I'm doing it. 2016, look out, I will get that car bonus. So now what that does is that holds me accountable. All of you that are on my Facebook, all my friends, right? 1,300 of you are all watching, looking, going, is she going to do it? And when I do it, then people trust you and they're like, she did it. If she can do it, I can do it. They relate to you. So you need to start doing more of that. Stop posting all those graphics on your walls. Stop posting your website on your personal Facebook page. I am telling you, it is spammy. And if you're doing it, you're not doing yourself a favor. You are, you're ruining your business. For when you post, if you post a product or something and you say available online and you give your website and it's your personal Facebook, if it's on your business page, that's totally different. But on your personal wall, it's not going to work. I've gotten feedback from so many people, and that just throws people off. People know that you sell unique, and when you post something, they will message you. If they don't know your website, they're not going to go Google and find someone else's website. They're going to come to you because they want to make sure that they get the product that you're talking about. You know, they may have questions. They're going to come to you. You're going to go back and forth, and you're going to give them your website over private messenger or text or call or however you do it, okay? So if you're doing that, posting your link or posting graphic pictures, stop. So personal Facebook, so I do, like I said, I do my lifestyle posts, I do goal posts, I'm positive. If I am having a bad day, nobody on Facebook is going to know that I'm having a bad day. Joe, my poor husband's going to know, my friends are going to know, but they're going to know off of Facebook. I mean, I still need to vent to people. I still have bad days, but I don't let any negativity on my, negativity on my wall. People know that I don't have a life of rainbows and bows and stuff like that. Everyone has bad days and stuff like that, but I just don't show it. Nobody wants to see, you're pissed off for some reason, right? Just keep it to yourself. 20 emails a day. I'm sending out 20 emails a day to my customers. So I've been doing this for almost 2 years. So I have a list of almost 800 customers. I keep them all organized on an Excel spreadsheet every month. I put my new customers onto my Excel spreadsheet. So I have all their emails, and I'm sending out 20 a day, and I'm offering the opportunity to them. I'm giving them a little bit of a paragraph of, I work where I want. I kind of remind them who I am if I don't know them. And I offer it to them, and I just say, if you're looking for an opportunity to make extra money, please contact me with any questions. That's up to them, right? I've done my role as a unique presenter. We were given this chance for a reason, I believe, and I've completed my role. I've offered it to them, right? And that's all you can do, is you're just offering the opportunity. You're not pushing it in anyone's face. You're not begging anyone to join. You're just saying, listen, you want to do it? I'm here for you. And then the last one was, I followed up with anyone who ever showed interest. So I made a list of all my Facebook contacts, all my friends, and then I went through all my cell phone with all my friends as well. And I reached out to everyone who had ever showed interest. So if they had showed interest months and months and months ago, I just reached out to them and I just said, listen, I'm just closing up my year-end business. And I remembered that you reached out 6 months ago or a while ago, and you had questions about unique. I'm just wondering if there's, if you had any extra questions that you have. And some will come back and said, no, I think I'm good. Some came back and said, you know what, I'm still thinking about it. Came back with a couple extra questions. We went back and forth. But I just followed up. I didn't put it in their face or anything. I just followed up and asked, kind of just sent them a reminder. So those are the things that I did for December. And the biggest thing was I just had the vision. I just knew that December was going to be my month, and I was going to do whatever it took. I was sponsoring 10 people, and I wasn't going to take no for an answer. I mean, not like that, like throwing it in their face. Like me personally, like if I said I'm sponsoring 10, I'm going to sponsor 10 people, and I would do whatever it took. So that's what you have to do. If you want to get to the next level, you have to do whatever it takes. You have to make some sacrifices. But if you make sacrifices now, you will not have to make the same sacrifices later in your journey, right? You're not going to have to work as many hours, or, I mean, I don't work 24/7. Mateo is taking a nap right now, and I'm doing my training video. We all have different lives. We all have the same hours a day. It's just how we spend them. Just because I work from home 100% doesn't mean that I have 24 hours to work my business, or 6 hours a day to work my business. I still have a life. I still have duties that I need to do. I'm a busy mom, and I just make the time of, I split my time up. So I'm working for an hour now. I'm going to work for a couple hours when he goes to bed, or maybe tomorrow I won't work at all, like when he goes to bed. Maybe I'll work in the morning or whatever. But if you have to do something consistently every single day, you don't have to work 24/7, but you have to do small, consistent things every single day. And if you do that, and you have the vision of, I'm going to reach my goal, and I'm going to do it, then you will absolutely do it. So remember, network marketing is a numbers game, and you have to follow, you're just going to have to follow the numbers. So work out your numbers. I've given you an example of the numbers that I've worked out. You want to reach pink, then you're going to need to sponsor a minimum of 3 people per month. You want to reach black this year, you're going to have to sponsor a minimum of 8 people per month, right? So it's just what you're going to have to do. So if it's something that you want, you will absolutely do it. I have no doubt. All right. So hopefully this video helped. Sorry, it's 20 minutes. But I had to get that all out. Okay. So you guys can do it. Okay. Bye.